Your second stint, this is your first visit to India after taking over for the second time, and your second stint is riddled with challenges. Let's begin.
The first one was not simple too.
True that, but unprecedented moments of history, Russia-Ukraine war being one. In terms of the kind of decisions that Russia has taken of incorporating 4 key parts of Ukraine into their territory, is negotiation or a negotiated settlement anywhere near in the future, or are we looking at a very long-drawn conflict?
I do not expect that we have a quick political solution of this problem. I think both sides are convinced that they will win, and I think that for the moment the possibility of cessation of hostilities and the political negotiation is not in sight. Of course, that doesn't mean that people should not work for that, but realistically I'm not expecting it to happen in the short term. That is why we have concentrated our efforts as United Nations in trying to seize all opportunities to build trust or to address problems that can be solved independently of the war. I mean, as you know, after visiting President Putin and President Zelensky, we had an initiative of the UN to manage the liberation of the civilians that were in Azovstal, and then we have been working to create conditions to have the export of food products from the Ukraine through the Black Sea Initiative, and at the same time we are working hard with the Americans, with Europeans and with other countries that have imposed sanctions on Russia to make sure that Russian food and fertilizers can have unimpeded access to world markets, and we need them. So this is the kind of thing in which we have been talking to both sides and trying to offer our good offices to solve the problems that reduce suffering in the Ukraine and suffering around the world. But peace is still, in my opinion, a bit far away.
Peace is a bit far away, but what about the nuclear threat? Is it real? You've been engaging Russia, you've been engaging Ukraine. Is the threat real, or is Russia only warning against NATO's entry into Ukraine?
No. If one reads the Russian nuclear security doctrine, what is said in the security doctrine, and this was invoked by the Kremlin spokesman recently, does not foresee the use of nuclear weapons related to this conflict or to what is happening and might happen in this conflict. So my deep belief is that there is no way we can accept the possibility, even the possibility, of the use of nuclear weapons in today's world.